Yo, man, it's almost 4:30. I gotta get the fuck out of here.
This is the Social Norm.
1, 2. You want top dollar and pop bottles and drop knowledge? Hit the.
Yep. Yo. You already know what it is, man. We back it again with another one. I'm your boy Canteen. This is my man Beans.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Hey, it's a Social Norm. Today's episode, we at 250, man. We really rocking and rolling with these episodes.
Yes, we are.
It's called 2 Red Flags That You Would Tolerate. And the reason I saw this on a video where guys were going interviewing people, and we will be getting back to the interviews, came up with some new concepts. The reason I asked that is because I know a lot of us have red flags in ourselves and in the people we deal with, right? And we always can come up with what we won't tolerate. What we'll be like, oh, if this happens, I ain't going for it. You know, you hear girls all the time. If they cheat, if I find out they're cheating, it's a wrap, right? We always go with what we won't tolerate.
Yeah.
But we never think about what red flags we do tolerate. So before we even get into the episode, hit the like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss none of our videos. You know we do our videos every Monday and Friday. All right. Look. So, Beans, I told you what the episode was about before we started.
Yes.
And I said, come up with 2. Okay, I'm gonna say this. You've known me for how many years?
Man, it's been like what, 4 or 5? Maybe longer than that. When did I meet you?
Bro, I've been at the same job with you for 7 years.
And I've been there,
and you
so
just
gotta be 7 years.
He cut off 3 years.
Yeah,
no,
like 4. Because I got there before you. I just don't know
exactly
when. I know at least maybe
2017.
Okay, I got there.
Is when I got there.
I got there January 16th. So a year or
yeah.
Okay, so yeah.
So all right. So what I'm asking is, I want you to tell me your 2, or what you will tolerate, and I'm gonna tell you which ones I thought would be the ones you would tolerate, and then vice versa with me.
Okay,
if you could do that.
One of the ones I honestly tolerate up until recently is like the crazy behavior, like the following and the crazy, like,
you mean like stalking,
the crazy talk, like
go ahead,
like
say
girls like threatening to kill themselves. I just be like, yeah, okay, whatever, we just go.
So your significant other threatening harm on their life if you don't do what they want you to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was like, all right.
How often has that happened for you?
Believe it or not, quite a bit. To the point where it doesn't affect me anymore.
How many women in your life has threatened to harm themselves?
I'm gonna say at least 5. And this is mind you, I'm older, so mind you, this is 5 out of
that's 5 more than I've ever. What are you talking about? Like, that's not.
I'm talking from my 20s.
These are normal numbers for Beans.
Yeah, like starting from like my 20s, because that's when it really started. Up until like even my ex-wife threatened a few times
to actually harm themselves.
I was like, but see, I've encountered it so much. I challenge it every time.
And you don't see that as a red flag, or it's a red flag. But
I know it's a red flag, because I'm like, one of these days, I'm gonna be like, yeah, whatever, and somebody's gonna do it. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna be like, oh, she made that shit for real.
Okay. I want to know what type of woman you're dealing with for you to have 5 women that have threatened. Hold up with the tapping.
I'm sorry.
5 women that have threatened to harm themselves.
I've realized, and I'm gonna say this, I've been blessed enough to be to have dated actually very nice looking women for what I'm dealing with. And it's not lost
nice on the outside.
On the outside. And I realize the prettier they are, the more off kilter they are. Like
That's a
it's-
nice way of saying the more crazy mentally
they
they are.
They are. This is true. I can't speak for any other man's experience, but for mine, that is what happens.
Okay, and I'm not gonna say what I was about to say. Based off of my experience, I haven't dated a lot of what I would consider super beautiful women. I dated women and I've just messed with some cute ones, but like nothing I would consider like jaw dropping. You know what I mean?
Well, this is how I gauge it. If I'm out and it's insulting, but it's happened to me quite a bit. If I'm out with my lady and people can't believe I'm with she's with you,
Yeah,
I've gotten that quite. It's insulting, but it's like, okay, well,
never had that happen.
I got her, you don't. That's just
I've never had once where a girl and if they did, they try to, I didn't believe it, but no one's ever come to me and be like, yo, how'd you get her? No one's done that.
It has happened to me. The girl I'm dating now happened to me. We're out.
That's true. Yeah.
I was like, damn.
So, okay.
Come on, troll. What the hell's going on?
All right. So before we get into the other ones, I want to know what was out of the 5 girls that have threatened their life, what was the majority of what they were looking for to get out of that? What were they asking for? It's like, oh, if you don't do this or if I don't get this.
A lot of it was like me, yo, I don't. It was just me having a conversation, like, you know what, you really need to get yourself together. I'm not.
So was it sounding like you were trying to leave?
I'm about to leave. I'm about to leave.
Okay.
I'm done. You're doing all this BS. I'm out of here.
So majority of them was you're trying to leave this relationship, and they said, I'll hurt myself before you're
leave. Not leaving. And I'm like, yes, I am. It's like, no, you're not. And I'm like,
did you leave?
Yeah.
No, you did.
At first, no, I wouldn't.
Is it? Would you say that red flag is more you're conceited in the fact that you like that someone's willing to go
the extra mile?
that oh God, I guess yeah.
It's ego based. I'm not gonna say a lot of myself.
She's willing to risk her health to keep you around, which okay, I don't
100% wrong. There's nothing I can say that can
make you sound
justify
better.
Any of it.
All right, so we're gonna flip flop on back and forth. The first red flag that I feel like I have that I tolerate is someone who just always is talking.
Ooh-wee.
They don't really let you speak that much. I personally am a talker, but I'm probably a better listener. So to me, I tolerate that. I tolerate someone just talking all the time, and I can't
just never
really getting a word in. I let them speak.
That is true.
So that might be my red flag, because it's like nobody wants to be in a relationship where it's just them speaking and you don't get no words in.
Or even worse, when you do get words in, they're not even paying attention.
They're still going. They're still going.
You're talking where they're talking, and they just don't hear you.
They don't care to hear you.
They don't care.
So that might be a red flag for me.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie to you.
Can't steal mine.
I'm not stealing it, but
right.
it is one that is like a subsection. That is
I'm
one.
like, oh God, will you just let me say something,
please?
So that's one red flag for me. All right, you got one more?
I think this is kind of a mild one.
That's okay.
It
ain't gotta be extreme. Is there anything more extreme than somebody saying they're gonna kill themselves?
No.
Please don't. And not for nothing. Please don't do that. You look like. What more moves can you make? You know how you ever play chess, and you see somebody and they have no more moves to make. They're just moving back and forth, and you're like, it's over.
The game is over.
The game is over. Because what's the next step? You're gonna hurt yourself for real, and in that point, now you gotta go to psych ward and all this. It ain't worth it.
And a lot of times people don't understand. And even when I was married, my ex-wife used to try to pull this move every now and again. She never understood that we deal with actual people with actual
who actually have committed suicide or attempts.
Yes. So when I hear it, it's almost like you can tell. I'm like, okay, you Kevin,
Yeah.
you're not gonna do that.
And we've met so many men who have faked like they're gonna do something.
Yeah,
because they just want attention.
And believe it or not, it's very similar to people in prison and civilians doing it. Is very similar.
Most of the time, people who really commit suicide, they're not gonna say anything to you.
No.
You're not gonna hear. You're not gonna see it coming. You're just gonna come home one day and you're like, "What the?"
That's gonna be what it is.
You know,
you're not gonna call me. I'm standing on a
you
ledge.
still free now? Because I got some.
Yeah, you're not gonna do that. Where are you at right now? Oh, I'm on my way home. Well, good, because I'm on a ledge and I'm about to jump. I'm like, you waited for me to get out of work to jump.
I know. Come on, you're not.
Yeah, so it's like, get down, stop it.
So, all right, what's your second?
It's a toss up between women talking about themselves. You know what I mean? Like more into themselves.
Mm-hmm. Being egotistical a little bit.
Yes, like very
oh, I look good. Or
yeah, it's a cross between that and I don't have to say people like not getting help. You know what I mean? Like if they have let's say they have like a gambling problem, right? I'm just shooting. That's not a shot at you. This is a shot.
All right. And mind you, I have stopped gambling.
Yeah, it's like if you have a gambling problem and you're like
losing everything,
like everything.
And you just refuse to accept it.
Refuse to accept it. I'm just like, hey, that's your problem. I mean, let's go get a cheeseburger. Like it's just like I don't.
Yeah, but the problem with dating somebody is their problems
turn into
your problems.
They do.
And if you think you're gonna just, oh no, it'll just be their problem, it won't be mine.
Yeah,
you're pretty much saying you're a placeholder till I find something better for you. Because if I'm not trying to solve the problem that you're having or help you solve the problem, it's either going to become my problem or I'm going, when it gets too much and it starts to become my problem, I'm like, all right, see ya.
Okay, so let me ask you, because I've been meaning to ask you this question.
Go ahead.
So let's say, is it wrong to leave somebody when they down and out like that? Let's say your lady she burns. She's
burning through money.
She gambles all her money away. She has no money. She's about to be homeless or something like that. And she just comes like, look, I got no money. I'm about to be homeless. Like,
so this is the thing. Some people try to play like they're at the bottom.
Oh yeah. Oh
right?
yeah, I know.
But are you really at the bottom? Because this is the thing. If I give you a olive branch, right, to help you, and you take that olive branch and you just use it to feed back into your problem, you're not really at rock bottom. So my thing is, I wouldn't leave until I truly gave them an understanding of where we're at. Say, look, this is what it is. You have a problem. You don't want to recognize it. I need you to recognize you have a problem. And I need you to actually want to try to fix this problem and get help for our relationship to continue. Because either you're choosing this road or you're going to, which is I'm not going to be a part of, or you're choosing to be with me and you're going to actually try to fix. Not even try to, you're going to change. You're going to take certain steps. I know it's not going to be an overnight thing of switching over, but it is gonna, you got to show me some progress that you actually genuinely want to fix this problem.
Yeah, because I've been in situations where I've done that where I'm like, look, I gave them time to like get it together. Like, look, I told them what it was. I'm gonna give you time. Just Rome wasn't built in a day, so I get it. But like after a while, if I saw it kept going, I was like,
and I will say this. So
I'm out of here.
You doing it on your own by yourself is always going to be harder than you having a support group. And not for nothing, most problems like gambling, drug addiction, alcohol addiction, all these different things, you're coping for something. Right?
Yes, I said that too.
So me leaving my girl, and I know her coping mechanism is gambling, right, is not going to help her situation out.
Mm-hmm.
Unless she's just in 100% denial that she doesn't have this problem, that's the only way I would leave her. But if she admits she has a problem and she's willing to try to get help, because that's the whole part, they got to be willing to get help.
Yep.
If they're not willing, then I can't help you, and I'm not gonna let you take me down too, because people with problems and they're in denial will take everybody down with them. They'll take their family down, they'll take their friends, they'll take anybody. Because they don't care, because they just so engulfed in
they
fixing their need.
They need that. They had to fix that. Yeah.
So she ain't. That's why I say they not really hit rock bottom yet. Rock bottom is you have nowhere else to go.
That's it.
You've lost everything, your friends, your family, everything, and all you got left is yourself and God, and to work yourself back up and fix it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I would do. I would give them. I would let them know what it is and say, look, I'm not going to enable you no more. I'm not going to turn the other cheek. I'm going to tell you what it is. If you want to pursue me and be in a relationship with me, and this is what we can achieve, then this is what got to happen. If you don't want to do that, I got to let you go. And I wish you the best. They're going to be pissy and moaning because if they're not ready to change, they're going to say you're the problem. They're going to deflect. They're going to do everything but what they want, which is to feed that addiction.
Yeah.
So,
and I've told people, like, when you stop something, you have to fill it with something.
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I mean, just stopping doing something it's gonna leave that void. Like,
I'll give you an example. My mother, she loves gambling.
Mm-hmm.
She gets it from my grandmother. My grandmother and her used to bond over gambling. So I think that is a way for her to kind of connect with my grandmother. My grandmother passed away already now, but that's her way. So she's always, it's built. I work at a casino.
It's almost like a tradition, right?
Yeah, but it's built to be addictive. It ain't no more than video games. It ain't no more than, drug, everything. It's built for addiction. It changes your mind. I tell people, if you want to really change something, you got to get 100% away from that environment.
Mm-hmm.
You got to chop up all the membership cards. You got to don't even drive past the casino.
I heard you can put yourself on like a blacklist.
You can
for a period of time.
So you can put up yourself for a year ban. So once you go to the casino, the thing is you have to do it yourself. No one can do it for you unless you've literally committed a crime in there, or you beat somebody up, or they're saying you're not allowed on the premises. That's the only way. But you have to sign yourself out, and when you sign yourself out, it's illegal now for you to come on the premises. Even if you go in there just get some food, if they find you in there, they will arrest you.
Wow. So we know people who have like parties at the casino.
Yes.
So you can't even attend that.
You cannot go on their premises.
I'm on the guest
not
list.
The hotel, nothing. If you come on the premises and they find out that you were gambling under a different, and then we've had people do that where they've literally signed themselves out, came in with another name, somebody else's license, whatever, just because they needed to be in there. And they literally said, if you don't leave right now, you will be arrested.
Wow.
And
gambling's never really been a
huge thing for you.
Thing for me, no.
It's been I've gotten out of hand sometimes.
You've actually helped me win some money.
Listen, when I'm on. The problem is I keep pushing it.
Yes, I will say this. Just listening to you and the way you talk about gambling and stuff like that, number one, it makes me want to do. I'm like, oh, okay.
When you see me winning and I'm giving you like plays that are just hitting, you be like, damn, I need to start doing it.
And the other thing is, like, what really convinced me is not even the excitement that you have. It's like you got it broken down into a science.
I do.
And we have watched basketball games together, and I watch you. Okay, this dude gonna get like 4 rebounds. He gonna shoot like 2 threes, and I've seen you do it, and it has happened like in real time.
Yes, I'm gonna tell you now. This is the problem with me gambling. If I stay within my system, I would be completely fine. The problem is I start winning, and this is how it's always been for me. I start winning, and I'm winning, and I get to a certain point, where I'm like, I can't lose. I get to a certain point where I'm like, I'm going to go outside of my formula.
Yes.
Because now and it's sad to say, the rush of winning what I've been winning don't hit enough no more. So, and I had to realize the winning the money wasn't enough for me. The reality was, and I read this in a book, you get more endorphins, shoot out more endorphins for losing than you do winning. Wow. And the thing I was chasing wasn't winning.
It was losing.
It was losing.
Because I've seen you win a certain amount of money.
Yo, you'd be sick about how much I told you I've lost. And then you'd be sick how much I've won.
Yeah. I've seen, because when we used to work out together, we would walk and talk.
And I'll show you. Like,
I'm like, yeah. And you'd be like, I'm gonna bet this and this. I'm like, why don't you cash out now? I would try to tell
I'd be up thousands.
I'm like, you should cash out now.
You're like, what'd you start off with? I tell him, he'd be like, you've like 10x your money. You should probably get out. And I'm like, it'd be fine.
The next day.
I lose. And the sad part about it is I would lose, like, and I'm gonna keep it buck because I'm not gambling no more right now. No, let me correct myself. I'm not gambling no more. It's not for me. I would start off, let's say I start off with $300. I would take that $300 and I'd run it up to like 13,000.
I've seen you do it.
Yes. And I'm like, and he'd be like, don't you think you should at least take out like at least 1,000 just to get your money back and everything? I'm like, oh, I'm good. And I would lose like a $300 bet. And I just get pissed off. And I say, fuck it. I'm going to throw 5,000 at a game.
Yeah, I was like,
a game that I ain't did no research on. I ain't watched the game live. I ain't did none of that. And I just fuck it. And I would lose $5,000. I said, well, you know what? All right, I'll do it. I'm gonna do it again.
What's another 5?
Yeah, and I would lose the whole 13,000. Listen, I'm not even trying to be funny. I literally, and this is for anybody who thinks they can win in gambling, because your thing is you're not chasing the win, you're chasing the loss. I've taken $1,000 and I've went all the way up to $25,000.
I remember. That was the one I was going to mention,
and I've lost it all.
I remember because I remember we were working out, and I remember you saying, "Oh, I just need to get to this point.
I need to get this one." I had got to that point.
Yeah, and I was like, okay,
and I tried to take it a little bit further.
Yeah, I remember you were at 22,000. You just needed 3,000 more.
Yes, but the problem was I had 3,000 in my account. I could have just switched it over to my account. I had 25.
And you was like, "No, I just need to bet this, and I'll be good." And I remember I was going to add, I think I hadn't seen him for like 2 days or something like that.
And I was quiet.
And I went to go out that next day. I went to go, I'm going to ask, what happened to that 25,000? But I saw the look on your face. I was like, oh, he ain't got that shit.
I don't got that shit no more. And the sad part is, I know I could do it again. I could do it again. But I had to really look at myself and say, look, how much money have you actually won and cashed and spent it out? And it's not wins. I have not won anything. Really.
I thought about taking something like, I should take some of his advice and then bet it, and then I'll cash out on my
If you just took what I said and not the other bullshit, you would win money.
Yeah. Because I'd be looking.
But the problem is it's so easy and so quick that you think the tide is just going to keep going this way. And when you get a losing streak, I'll be honest with you, this is how I've always been, even in the casino, when I started gambling at the casino, like blackjack and craps and things like that. I would play and I would go and say, I told myself, like, I'm winning. This is before I even started doing thousands. I'm winning, let's say $500. And I come in there with $50 or $100, and I get to that $200, $300, $400 range, and I could walk away. But I have in my mind $500, right? And I go back and forth. I go up to 400, I go back down to 200. I go back to 400, I go back down to 200. I'm playing this for hours, right? And at the point is, I'm realizing I don't even enjoy playing. Some people, if you go to gamble, you need to understand. Just take it for the enjoyment of playing. don't take it for anything more than just entertainment.
Mhm.
I would get so tired of that I would just walk up to a blackjack table, whatever I had left, everything I have in my pocket, I'd put it on one hand. I'm either gonna win it and I walk out, or I'd lose and walk out. And I'm telling you, there's been times where I've won, I walk out. There's a time I lost, I walk out, and I don't feel anything.
Yeah,
That's
when,
the problem.
You don't feel
When I've lost $6,000 before in one sports bet, didn't feel nothing. I've lost clearly $25,000 of not of my actual money, but money I made.
won.
It was my money.
Yeah.
Once it get in your account, it's your money. I've lost $25,000. Don't feel an itch. And I said, I had to think about this. I said, let me say something. If you don't feel nothing at 25,000, what are you chasing for? To lose 100,000? To lose 300,000? What are you? Where is enough? So I had to realize, like, my money is going to them instead of me taking it and investing it.
Yeah.
So I stopped doing all that.
Yeah.
I've been out of. I'm gonna tell you, the NBA Finals got me. The NBA Finals was the last thing I did.
You were actually doing well.
I was doing well. The Timberwolves fucked me.
Yeah.
And I said never again.
Because you bet on a series. You told me to bet on a series.
told you to bet, they hit. I told you next bet they hit.
I was like, but then the next one, I was like, I better not.
And the thing was, and the crazy thing was, they would have won the series if they would have just done what I said, which is take out one player. They didn't do it because he got paid a lot, and it is what it is. I'm telling you, whatever you think's gonna happen, there's something else that's gonna happen. Just trust me.
Thankfully, I didn't, because I went to go bet it, and I was like,
I was like,
no, let me take a step back.
Yeah. Whatever.
I'm glad I did.
So you, like you said, your red flag is threatening to self-harm. And the other red flag you said was
women, them not getting help for the thing.
Them not getting help for their problems,
like
their addictions.
I will watch them spiral out of control.
Like, and you would just let it.
Like, yeah, okay, yeah. And I wouldn't.
You wouldn't give them no help.
No, wouldn't care.
Okay.
And unfortunately, to a degree, and I hate to say this, I'm a little better, but to a certain degree, because I'm going to warn you, and I'm going to be like, look, I'll be here to help you, whatever. But after a while, I'm just gonna be like, I'm not gonna care. And
so you really haven't changed.
Well, truth be told, at some point I will walk away.
I think the problem is you don't walk away fast enough.
I think that is my issue too.
You tell them what's a problem, and then you don't see any fixing it, and then you let it just keep spiraling down.
Yeah,
that might be a cycle that you're in.
Yeah, I'm like, all right. But
so my second red flag, I think what I said was, the first one was talking so much that you don't let other people speak on, get their word out. The other one, I had it too. I lost my train of thought. Probably, and it's similar to what you were saying. Someone giving me game, or not like false game. Like they're telling me when we first meet that they want to do this, they want to do that, they want to do this, and then they don't do any of it. Or when I try to help them to accomplish what they said they wanted to do, they let fear or they make excuses of why they can't do it. They're not ready yet.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, when are you going to be ever ready? You just got to do it.
Just do it. You're putting too much pressure.
So that might be a red flag for me, where I'm like, yo, you know what? You're going to hold me back because you just got this mindset of I can't do something. And I'm like, just try it. Like, what's the worst that can happen? You can't do it. Okay. You got the exact thing you already said.
Exactly. I know what?
Maybe you can do it.
You really make me think of another one. This one actually is a real pet peeve of mine. Like, if it's just like yours. Like, if I encourage my lady to do something, and then she'll say, you know what, you're putting too much pressure on me, then I'll stop. And then like 2 days later, she'll be like, well, you want to encourage me to do this. I'm like, I just did that two days ago, and you just said
It was too much pressure.
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
I think, and I'm gonna tell you what I really believe. I believe, and this is a real fact, pressure busts pipes. At some point, and this is real talk for men too. Some point, your spouse might have to put pressure on you.
Mm-hmm.
Example, and women do it all the time. They don't even realize it. Let's say you've been dating a man and you've been dating them for years, 5-10 years, and at some point you've been like, yo, are we gonna elevate this to an engagement, marriage? It's nothing wrong with putting pressure on somebody, especially if the time frame has gone past normal.
Yes.
So, ladies, fellas, if you think your significant other is pretty much bullshitting, they keep saying they want to do something, but they never take action to do it. Sometimes you got to pull their card and say, look, you've been talking about this forever and you ain't doing nothing about it. Either shut up about it and let me move on, or do it.
Put up or shut up.
That's it. And it's going to hurt their feelings, but unfortunately, it's what they need.
Mm-hmm.
You got to realize something. Keeping the peace for the moment, but it's going to cause resentment for you and her later, ain't helping nobody.
No, it's not.
Rip that Band-Aid off and say, look, I care. I'm saying this because I care about you. You're bullshitting. You're full of shit, and you know you're full of shit.
Yeah. Trust me, I've been on both ends. I've been on both ends of that. When I was married, I kept quiet about a lot of things because I was
trying to keep the peace.
I was trying to keep the peace because I was advised to
by a woman,
and it did.
I already know, and I don't even know.
Yeah,
by a woman.
Yeah, and I.
Well, she's going through a lot of stress right now.
Yes,
you're probably causing more stress.
And it was it wasn't one man who told me the same thing, and that's what made me believe it too.
Yeah, he was a yes man. He probably was a yes, dear.
Yeah, and
whatever you say, dear.
I just was not happy. That's why I debate this all the time. This happy wife, happy life mantra that some people have, and because at the time, and I always say this, like at the time I did things to make my ex-wife happy, but in the long run I wasn't. That's why I don't believe it.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, I always got I've been on both sides where I didn't say anything. Now I'm speaking up on just about everything that comes my way, and sometimes I'd be like, man, am I going overkill or am I justified? Most times I feel justified in saying the things that I say.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So that's what our red flags are. Y'all put in the comments what red flags you guys have that you do tolerate, because the reality is this: we all are wrong. Sometimes we allow people to be their worst self. And the reality is, when you get with somebody, you're supposed to make them better. They're supposed to make you better. And it's going to be tough sometimes to call out people's red flags.
Mm-hmm.
But it's only going to make that person better. Or it's going to make you say, you're not the type of person I need to be with. Because if you're not willing to fix your red flags, how much you really care about me? How much you really care about yourself?
That's true. They don't want to fix it. It's time to go.
All right, let's see. Let's get into some of these videos. This is a perfect red flag right here. Let's start with it. It says, why men keep their cars like this.
On Sunday night. Let's start with the first half. Ups and downs. You guys got off to a really hot start, went up 17-0 in the first quarter. I'm not going to lie. I was not expecting a good game after the first quarter. I thought it was going to be out of hand quickly.
Okay, I've never let
we
my
got to smell blood in the water,
bad.
man. We got to smell blood in the water and just fucking keep the foot on the pedal, man.
Isaiah Pacheco got things going.
So this is the thing I want to say. For anybody who lives a life like this, where they have their car looking that bad, you have self-hatred for yourself. You don't have self-love. There's no way you can live in that and don't realize that you have some problems going on.
I've got my car's gotten really bad. I've let it get bad like
has.
that, but I've never let it get that bad.
See, this is where denial
and
comes
the scary part is like that picture, like the first one, like legit looks like
it looks like your car. Listen, I can say for a fact, me and him have both had forms of junky cluttered cars.
Yeah,
but there's a difference between clutter, where I keep a lot of things in my car, versus filth. He has filth, chip residue, crumbs, and bags of whatever, and I'm just like, yo. Every time I go to his car and I have to be in his car for wherever we choose to go in his car, my eyes are like, what am I about to see now? Like, I'm being honest.
I actually have taken steps to remedy that. Okay.
What steps?
Okay, so I bought the unlimited package at the
like a Delta Sonic or something.
Delta Sonic. So now I have no excuse.
See, but the problem with having that is you actually have to clean out some things.
I do every day off, which is tomorrow. I go and clean my car.
So if right now, if we ended this show and I went down to your car,
it'd be a hot mess in there.
Would it look? It'll look like that.
It would look like that.
So you ain't did. When did you get this?
I just got it like recently. Like,
and how'd you get it recently and you still ain't had it cleaned?
Because I've been working overtime. I literally got it Friday, and I've been working overtime since
Friday,
then.
Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
And I say on my days off, which is tomorrow, I'm gonna go and clean my car.
Today is Monday. I will find out for y'all Friday.
Okay, cool.
If his car is clean,
I will send you before it.
And I want you to understand something. Clean don't mean just chips and everything. I'm talking about clutter too.
No, I'm talking about clean out. I used to work at Delta Sonic, so I really don't have an excuse about my cars.
He used to clean people's cars out, but it'd be the people who clean the most who have the worst stuff.
It's just what it is.
They care about other people, but they don't care about themselves.
Yeah. So on my days off, which will be tomorrow, I will go. I bought the unlimited, so I don't have any excuse. Now I can just go and literally Delta Sonic. I'm right around the corner from a Delta Sonic.
Yeah.
So I will send it before and after.
I know. Okay, you know what? Skins wanted us to talk about this, which is pretty much an outline of suits, combinations, things like that. I mean, I'll tell everybody, look at Steve Harvey. Find somebody you find with suits. The suit game is pretty simple. Black shoes, brown shoes, black belt, brown belt. Anything in between, you can kind of just go on Instagram, look up some different combinations.
Yeah, I actually go on Pinterest and look up ideas.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I tend to peacock more with suits.
That's what I was gonna get at. You gotta kind of find your own flavor. Like for me, I'm more traditional, solid colors, black suit, navy suit, white tie, but that's where I'm at. I'm more of like, if you were gonna go to JCPenney's and see somebody on the wall, that'd be me. He's more you're about to go to a party and it's like we're in Colombia or something. I don't know. I feel like he's Miami Vice, like the colors, the flash.
Yeah.
And you know what's so funny? I actually seen somebody the other day. You know who Noah.
Which one?
Thailand Noah.
Oh, that one.
I seen how he dresses and is very peacockish.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, he's like the white version of Beans. He wears flashy things, but mind you, he doesn't wear that stuff on an average day basis.
No, I don't.
You wear it when you're like, I guess on vacation or an event or something.
Yeah, you go to look. You go look at me. You gonna talk about me one way or the other.
Yeah, and for me, I've always thought simpler, elegant is better than, or maybe that's just my, you see, look at me right now. I'm wearing a black shirt. I wear solid colors that are simple that you can wear any other place. No one's gonna sit there and judge you in a negative, or because like with you, it's gonna be either you're gonna notice them. That's 100%. But you could notice them for the wrong reasons just as much as you can notice them for the right ones.
That's the thing. It's like a Hail Mary every time.
He's to me Harvey Dent Two-Face. It's a flip of the coin. You're gonna either win or you're gonna lose with him. With me, I'm steady.
Yeah, and I'll say this: I've won more times than I've lost. I'll say it like that.
I'm the type where if you wear what I wear, no one's ever gonna say nothing bad about you.
Yeah, that's true.
And
That's true.
you know what I mean? Now they might not remember you. But if they do remember you, it's gonna be like, oh, he look clean. It was never gonna be like, yo, do you see what he got on? So that's all I really got for suits. I ain't really a super suit guy all the time because I'm, only when I have to, like weddings.
Yeah, and I don't go as far as like people wear like the lime green suits. I don't go that far.
Yeah,
mine's more pattern based.
And I also think those type of colors you really need to. It's got to be the certain event. It's got to be a right event for it. Okay, let's see. No, I don't want to do any of these. Let me find something that
What is that one?
That's the parking one. I don't want to do that one. No, I don't want to do that one either.
Oh, actually, tell me if it was. Oh, let me look in here.
Oh, let me show you this one right here. This one, I want to see what y'all think of this video. Oh, not this one. Let me retract this one. I saw this video and I thought this is literally majority of men, where a lot of us we get. I'll just show you right now first. 1%, and then you see right there. What he's saying is, most people, there's 1% of people who distractions keep you from being that 1%.
Oh, okay.
All right. Most of us, as you can see, he's looking down at this girl. She's twerking. She got the big booty, all these different things. And he can't last with the 1% because he's distracted watching the ass. And I want people to understand. I want fellas to understand something. When you have determination, focus, and you have understanding of what your why is, don't let distractions stop you from getting to what you need to be getting to that next level.
I get it now, because for a second there I was like, what is this?
Girls, I'm trying to tell you, fellas, women are probably the number one thing that will keep you distracted from your why, from your purpose. If you want to be a writer, if you want to be a actor, if you want to be a fitness, guy, personal trainer, whatever, a comedian, focus in on what you got to do every day and stop letting your girl say, hey, we're having this event. Come, let's go to this place. Let's go to do this. Anything that's distracting you from what you need to be doing first, the work comes first.
I'll say this.
Go ahead.
I'll say it like this. The wrong person will distract you.
Most people will, though.
Because I mean, like we've seen couples where they actually push each other.
That's
like
true.
Coach and Dizzle, they're a prime example. They push each other.
Yeah, they're aligned with each other.
Yeah. So he found the right one, and that's why they're thriving. I use this as a prime example on how you know, you got to use the right examples on how you want your relationship to be. Like I would like mine to be like theirs, not what they do, but how they work together. And
but see, that
building each
where
other up.
communication comes in.
Yeah.
And you gotta really, as a man, you gotta realize something. When you lay it out to your lady, this is where I'm moving toward. This is what I want to do. If she's trying to fight with you, because a woman, there's like, you got to realize what level of mind she's at. You know what I mean? I read this thing where it says if you want somebody to accomplish a goal, right, and they're fighting with you to accomplish, like say you want to run, you say, yo, you want to do a marathon, and you say, look, you need to run 5 miles, and that person's like, I can't do 5 miles, I can't do 5. You got to find where they're at. You got to say, okay, well, I got to find how to humble you to get lower than what you're willing. What are you willing to do right now? So maybe you ain't willing to do 5 miles. Maybe you ain't willing to do a mile. Maybe you ain't willing to do a half mile. Are you willing to run down? Are you willing to go outside and run to the end of the block and come back? Somewhere you got to start to get to the end of that goal. And I'm saying, a lot of times, if they're not prepared, they're not ready to run 5 miles, it's up to the man to figure out where she's at and say, okay, well, let's start with this and work out. If he's willing to work with her, let's start with this and then we'll move forward. But if you just try to get her to just run and she ain't in running, she need to walk. And a lot of us men we want her to be right where we at. Like we were in the run right now, and she ain't at running level. She at take me down the street to the corner and come back. That's where she at.
Let's walk down the street.
Let's walk down the street. Get me here first, and then we'll see about going down. And maybe I might run. And I've realized if you try to push somebody to the point where they're not ready yet, they're never going to get to that point. They're going to always fall off and say it's too hard. It's too hard. So you got to figure out where they're at and go a little under that. Say, okay. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, if you can't, let's say you can't do a real push-up. Or I want you to do 25 push-ups. But you can't do one push-up. Well, it would be dumb of me to try to keep making you do one push-up. Why don't you do push-up on your knees? You know what I mean? Start off with that. Try to build that up. Yeah. And work your way from there.
And I agree 100%. What I can't tolerate, and maybe I'm wrong for this. You may correct me if I'm wrong. What I can't tolerate is not trying. That's the part that I'm like, no, I can't get behind you like that. I get it. No one starts off running. No one starts off flying. I get that 100%. But I can't tolerate you just like not doing anything. Like if you said, if you need to walk down the street.
But see, that's the thing I'm saying is, as a man, the woman is there to help us. She's not there to lay out the plan.
No, of course.
So as the man, if you don't realize where your lady at and realize, you know what, she can't handle this right now. Yeah, it's too much weight on her. Let me bring, like my girl, when we started lifting weights, she couldn't lift the bar. Okay. She couldn't lift the bar. The bar is nothing to me. I've lifted the bar since I was in middle school, right? So for her, that was a hard feat. So I said, you know what? Let's not even try to put no weights on it. You can't lift the bar. Why are we going to go there? Let me bring you down to a smaller bar or a dumbbell that you can lift. Work that out. Now she lifting the bar and she lifting it and putting weights on the bar. So if I would have kept trying to force her to lift the bar, she would have gotten frustrated and said, I can't do this. It's too hard. I quit.
She would have quit.
So I had to start somewhere where she could do, and we just progress. And that's what a lot of men don't realize. The same way you want a woman to work with you and build with you, you got to work with where she at. She might not be as evolved in her head as you want her to be. You know what I mean?
I learned that too.
The reality is you got to realize you might not be evolved in patience. The same way she got to be patient with you and you building your empire, you got to be patient with her and figuring out, because if you ain't, you're just gonna get frustrated and you're gonna get mad at her and she's gonna be like, this is too much. I can't deal with this. Because that shows if you're not working on patience, you're not a good teacher. You can't teach nobody nothing if you ain't got patience.
That's true. I had to learn that lesson about myself too.
So
that's true.
That's where I'm at with it. I told, yeah, babe, okay, except you. She was like, you ain't dated nobody super beautiful, rude. That's what I'm talking.
In the comments right now.
No, she texted me this.
Listen,
you are beautiful.
Well, of course, the lady you're dealing with, you should.
She's a beautiful person.
Think the woman you're dealing with is beautiful.
She is a beautiful person. I'm saying in the sense of, I've never had nobody come up to me personally and be like, how did you like? I'm not understanding this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Just by them looking at me.
Trust me, you don't want that because it's insulting.
Well, I don't think I'm like the most handsomest dude in the world. She feel like I'm handsome, but I think I'm handsome. I just don't think I'm like,
Yeah, that's why I don't think that either. That's why I say, I've been blessed. Like it's not lost on me.
But my question is this though. And like I met your ex-wife. I met the girlfriend you're with now. Who's saying that? Because like, listen, I'm not saying your women aren't pretty. I'm just saying I don't feel like you that far off that they'll be like.
Trust me, it's usually when I'm on vacation or at some type of event.
The only time I can see that happening is if you were looking like how you be looking when you looking bummy. Then I would say, like, what the?
I don't be looking, but it's always somebody be like, yo, you with him? Like, just that. Like, I was in New York City my lady for the first time.
Because it gotta be in my mind, it's gotta be your personality. Because, like,
they don't even know me, man. It's usually dude.
Y'all put in the comments 1 out of 10. What are you rating Beans?
I'm just saying,
just his physical appearance right now.
They can only see this much.
That's all they need to see.
But it's usually like it's usually some random dude who I've never met before
trying to play you.
Yeah, I'd be like, you by yourself? What are you talking about? You by yourself? Like I always tell the story. Dude in a hot dog. We were in New York City. Dude in a hot dog cart. My lady walk up first, talking blah blah blah. I come up to get something to drink. I start talking to her, and dude was like, "Wait a minute, this your guy?" And she's like, "Yeah." And he's just like,
"Yeah," but you like, kind of not for nothing though. You have told me when you go out on vacation, you're like a drunken mess.
Well, I wasn't a drunken mess.
So I'm thinking maybe that could be it. Where you're like, I wasn't.
Now see that I understand. If they did it when I was out my head, then yeah, okay, 100%. No, I'm just walking the street, dude. Regularly walking the street.
All right, maybe that could be a play. Maybe guys just do that to try to get that they think the girl's cute.
I'm like, yo, what?
I don't even try to. I would first off, I've never tried to holler at any girl, and their man was with them.
Dude,
I don't move like that. I've never done that.
The audacity of some people sometimes it's just unreal.
I'm trying to think if I ever had a girl. My girl always says girls try to say something to me, but I don't see it. But I think she's projecting because she's like protective, but I don't think I've ever seen no girl just deliberately be like,
it's definitely ego boost. I will give you that.
But I'm also a personable person, so I'm always like, "Hey, how you doing?" Smiling at people,
so maybe they feel like they can approach you.
Well, I'm very approachable, and I think she likes that, but doesn't like it at the same time.
It's like I said, it's insulting.
So now she's like, "Oh, okay, all right, now, babe. Like, I just said you're a beautiful person. I don't know what else I could say." Is it me or is it just all women who are like if I'm not like the most gorgeous ever in the world to every man, then it's a issue.
They want to be.
She is beautiful.
They want you. They want to be top tier. Your eyes, like there is no one
Okay,
else.
so this is the thing. I'm gonna say this, and this is how I truly feel. I'm a realist. I don't feel like I'm where I'm at in my life right now. I have improvement to make, and I feel like the same way with anybody. If I were to tell my lady she don't have no improvements, that it might make her believe that bullshit. Nobody's perfect, or no one's against to not be improved. Even the most, what we would consider society the most beautiful people, they still can have some improvement. So my thing is, for me to sit there and say, "Oh, I'm the most handsomest man in the world," you can have that confidence, but you really, what's going? How can you level up then? If you're the most handsomest man in the world, you can't level up.
Yeah, you're at the ceiling.
If you're the most beautiful woman in the world, can you level up for real?
No.
You the number one spot. Ain't nothing to level up.
That's it. They say it's lonely at the top.
It's like if you're the first pick in the draft, you can't do no better than the first pick.
That's it. But what does that mean though? Look at
all the pressure's on you now.
At one point, people love Halle Berry, right? People still love Halle
I'm about
Berry.
to say, I think people still love Halle Berry.
She was the it girl at one point.
Okay.
Like there was nobody above her, right?
In most people's eyes.
In most people's eyes, both her husbands cheated on her.
Well, I've already said looks are only one part of the equation.
Yeah.
You got to have a lot more of the things to keep a man happy.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. This one right here?
Yeah.
I think it's some basketball thing I saw. Oh, yeah. Have you ever been dunked on?
Nope. Thank God.
Let's watch this one right here. Let me see.
Thank the Lord. Because I would have just walked away.
Oh, this is what I wanted to do. We're gonna do a video on this one too, but let me show you this one right here, this video, and get your take on it.
Do you want to grab your drinks and I'll grab the, let's see, what do we got? I can grab, you want to do like a split with your drinks and stuff?
I'll just like pay for whatever I got.
Cool. Okay, awesome. And I'll just pay for what I got.
Oh my God.
Pause for a minute. Now, have you ever taken a girl out and at the end of the day said, hey, let's split this thing up?
No, I've never actually done that. I mean, that is never a good look in a woman's eyes. That wants to, that's not your friend.
Let's finish this video off.
Never a good look in a woman's
eyes. Would kill me immediately. I'm just paying for what I got, so.
Okay, that's interesting. Let me see. So maybe it's easy if I just do what the gentleman had, and then I'll minus 48.
I want to say this. She definitely, the waitress lady was like, "Oh, I'll just give him whatever you pay off, and then I'll give it to her." She pretty much was trying to give him a play to like be a gentleman and pay this off.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, that's interesting," because you know why? They normally, if you split a bill, they walk off and do it. She did it right. She tried to do it right in front of her.
59.
Where's my wallet?
That old chestnut.
Heard that before.
Yeah. I think my wallet might actually be outside. Strangely enough. Cool.
Okay.
Now,
I forgot my wallet some days before. I felt embarrassed like a bug.
You know what I would say? Where your keys at? I'll go get it for you.
Mm-hmm.
Where's it at? My thing is this: as a man, even if I didn't like the date, if I asked her out, now if she was disrespectful, that's a whole different thing. I would literally be like, "Yo, we splitting this. I don't care. You disrespectful. I'm not fucking with you." But if it's just not a good vibe and she's been pleasant, but I ain't feeling it, I will still pay. Now, if she just went out there and was doing like the most where she got like 6 cocktails or 10, something stupid, I'd be like, look, I'm not paying for all this.
Yeah. And
or if I am, you know what time it is.
Like, you ever have a date ask, is there a limit? I've had a woman ask me that one time. I was like, yeah.
Well, first off, let me say the nerve of you asking me,
like,
is there a limit? That's like, what do you think this is?
Yeah, like, what are you trying to order?
You think this is the lottery?
Yeah.
Is there a limit of how many I could buy? Like, I would just be like this. And this is always been, ladies, if you don't know this and your mama never taught you this or your grandma never taught you, let me teach you. What you do is say, well, what are you thinking about getting? You always ask the man, what do you think about getting? And it's courteous because if he says, well, I'm thinking about getting this, this, and this. And you look at the menu and see what he's getting. If it ranges, let's say it ranges $40. You make sure you get something that's $40 or less. You don't go get something that's $75, $80 because his range is he's thinking about $80.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always been the type, because I know a lot of women aren't that considerate, I always let her order first, based off of what I was going to be willing to spend. If I was like, okay, well, if she gets this, this, and this, let's say I wanted to spend $50, or let's say I want to spend $100. She spends $75. I know I got $25 I'm eating. That's how I am. But I tell women, like, make sure you don't go crazy.
Yeah, because you don't know.
Old me used to tell her, hey, we ordering from this side right here. This is what we ordering from. So anything out of here you can pick. I don't know if that make it look cheap or what, but that's what it was.
Yeah, but splitting the bill, if you're interested in a woman more than being friends, that's never a good look for a woman. They never like that.
But they want equality though.
Yeah.
Which one? I mean, and I think this is a show where they do like us blind dates.
Cringe date, yeah. What is this now?
Oh, this one I wanted to show you. And you tell me, is this right, wrong, or indifferent? I think this is something you would do. Tell me if I'm wrong.
All right, we'll see. I've probably done it.
It says she flew him out of town and he won't let them smash. What's your thoughts?
Man, I can't believe I just spent $3,500 on the flight, a last-minute flight, for this man to get out here. And we was having a real good time all up until I decided to bring my friend out for a threesome. Look at my friend. She's bad. Look at me. I'm bad. What you like, niggas?
I don't believe this for a second.
Just watch it.
He goes,
man, come on, man. It's not about to, it's a good time. That flight was $3,500.
Listen,
come on, man.
You didn't tell me to bring somebody else here.
It doesn't matter about bringing somebody. It was a surprise. It's a threesome. Listen, like how you don't want to have a threesome.
Listen, I don't move like that.
Whatever, bro.
I'm supposed to be talking to you and only you. I don't just talk to.
Whatever, bro. Now you got my friend ready to go. Like,
one time.
Like, do you see her? Do you see her? Do you see me?
You can have anything. I don't know you. I don't even know your fucking name.
And you just told me you don't know me. So,
like, come on, bro.
This supposed to be fun. We're supposed to be having us a good time. This is supposed to be fun.
So you think I wouldn't smash?
I don't think you would smash because of the fact that you don't know this other girl. Like, what you about? Who are you? That maybe you would, but I just feel like you're very particular on dealing with people.
I'll say this. Me now, you're right. I would. Me, some years ago, yeah, I wouldn't have cared.
Well, yeah, when you're young, you don't care about none of that.
Care.
But I feel like as we get older and people are not only setting people up, but also it's so much out there. For me to just meet a girl day one, don't know nothing about her, don't know how she move, don't know nothing, and then be willing to get sexual with her, you're taking a huge risk.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna say this: it's gonna be some things I'm not willing to do in this. If we were to get down and busy, it's gonna be some things I wouldn't be willing to do in the threesome. And that's the truth. I'm not gonna just first off, raw dog ain't happening. I don't know neither one of y'all scallywags. All right. And now I'm saying this. I've always said this. You got to be a certain type of person to be willing to be freaky. There aren't like true freaks don't care about smells, don't care about odors, don't care about none of that. Them is true freaks.
Gotta power through it.
I ain't one of them. I care about hygiene.
You ain't never powered through it.
No, I did, and it tormented me for years. I was tarnished. I was like, never again. So that's what I'm saying. For me, I ain't one of them dudes who can be like, you just ran a 5K. I don't give a damn. I ain't that dude. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. So if you don't get in the shower, ain't nothing I can do for you. Can't do it. If I don't know that you
fresh, clean,
and honestly, how you move, I need to know that you ain't a hoe. I need and that's another thing I wanted to talk about. I want to go up to people. I want to go up to girls and ask them, like, does every girl have a little hoe in them? Like, I'm asking you, B. Do you?
I would think so, but I think to what degree? I think some women like to be that version of themselves with one person, their man.
Okay, but my question is that really being a hoe though? Like, I'm talking about, does every girl have a little hoe in them where they like
they'll just do whatever?
Like they just look at they horny, they don't they want it and they don't care how they get it.
How they get it.
Do you think every girl has moments like that? Because I believe they do. Especially if a guy catches them at the right time. Because I think every man has it in them. So if every man has it,
we definitely got that.
So then every woman has to have it.
We're the more reckless species.
I'm saying for a woman, if she knew she would not get judged or it would ever come out, I don't believe that I think every woman has it.
I mean, look at the culture now. The sexy reds and all them, they just doing whatever.
That's true.
They just doing talking about they STDs. It don't matter. It's all coming out.
Y'all put in the comments, would you let if you met a girl online, she flew you out? That's the thing that I think people ain't realize. She flew him out.
Then I'm not gonna lie to you.
And then she brings her friend.
I would have to oblige. I'm like, she flew me out. I gotta.
But she flew you out saying like, oh, I'm a mess. I mean, my thing is this. This is the type of stuff men dream for. A woman who would.
That's why I don't
like him that much to fly. First off, the fact that you got a woman that will fly you out, spend $3,500, that means she got the money and she really fucking with you. She really like you. And then to bring her friend into the mix, that's a lot of pressure though, too. I gotta
perform.
You gotta perform at the utmost.
I'm taking all types of.
You gotta take the liquid IVs.
Yeah,
you gotta.
That's it.
You better be ready to put in some rounds.
I'm gonna be peak level performance.
I need you to be on a 3-day fast. Peak levels at all.
Peak level, Captain America type.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. A+ gang.
But I don't know. Do you want to keep going or you want to?
I'm trying to think. I am yawning.
Yeah. Are you working tonight too?
Mm-hmm.
You're working tonight too on your days off? I thought you said you weren't doing that no more.
No. I'm just working tonight, and I'm going home in the morning. That is it. This is a specific reason why I'm doing it.
Are you gonna tell me later?
Well, yeah, because it's yeah, I'll take it later.
All right, cool.
It's not nothing that serious. It's just what is this?
Okay. This is the last one, and then we're gonna call it quits for today.
Still swinging.
It was too corny for me. Like, tell me sit down. Tell me stop going out.
God.
You know, don't put your hands on me, but put your foot down. Like every time I want to go out, I can go out. Anytime I want to, I can whatever. Do it.
Did you marry him and he was corny?
What you say?
I ain't saying that.
I did because I had a son and I wanted him to have a family, and I don't have a family. It's just been my mama, my brother, my sister, and just my strong ass.
I'm sorry, this fucked up.
You make him
hear
happy.
what you're saying?
What am I saying?
This is why niggas dog women.
It was too corny for me. Like, tell me sit down. Tell me.
So the reason she's saying he's too corny is because he didn't tell her what to do when she was really looking for him to direct her. Hold up. Hello? All right, I'm coming right now. I'll be back.
How you put this?
Huh?
Stop going out.
God.
You know, don't put your hands on me, but put your foot down. Like every time I want to go out, I can go out. Anytime I want to, I can whatever. Do it.
Did you marry him and he was corny?
I did because I had a son and I wanted him to have a family, and I don't have a family. It's just been my mama, my brother, my sister, and just my strong ass.
I'm sorry, this fucked up.
You make him
hear
happy.
what you're saying?
What am I saying?
This is why niggas dog women.
It was too corny.
He is 100% correct.
Hold up. She brought her dog too. So now you can see the little dog that she says is little. Do you think that's a little dog?
Nah, it's more of a medium-sized dog.
He was bigger. Please don't rip anything up.
No.
Easy, take it easy, guys.
All right. As y'all can see, look at this dog. I wish I could show him. Whatever.
I'm sure you want a picture.
No. So what are you saying? If you want to say something, say it on the mic.
No, I said that you guys.
You unhooked him? I don't know what. I gotta watch this. I'm just...
very well behaved. What I said was you guys started off with red flags you will tolerate, and then you just went into just red flags that were red flags.
No, I named what I would tolerate.
Yeah, we were naming the ones we would tolerate.
Someone who talks a lot.
I don't think that's a red flag. But go on.
I know you wouldn't. And then someone I said who says they want to accomplish something for themselves or whatever, and then they never do anything.
And you just tolerate that.
I've tolerated it before.
Forever?
No.
So is it really a red
But
flag?
I tolerated it. So I think it's a red flag 100% because people tell you what you want to hear versus what they actually are going to do. And then when you try to help them achieve that goal and they don't do anything about it, that makes you know, like, okay, like, you weren't never serious about what you're talking about. Either get on the mic or back away, because I can't do this. You talking and no one can hear you. No one can hear you on the show. I don't need to hear it. Just either get on the mic so everybody can hear what you're saying, so it makes sense. Or is that wrong for me to say? To get bye. Then that's what I'm saying. I'm doing a show right now. Okay. So what are you saying?
The dude is talking about the dude saying that this is why men dog women.
Okay, let's watch it.
Corny for me. Like, tell me sit down. Tell me stop going out.
God.
You know, don't put your hands on.
So this is the thing.
This is a red flag right here.
100%.
At this level, if you want guidance.
But see, the thing is, women won't tell you what they need.
No.
But they'll show you by. It's weird. They'll show you they need guidance, but if you don't give it to them in a way that they can communicate, which is like, yo, I'm not like, you almost have to. You have to put your foot down and be the bad guy for them to respect you. Which is sad because that's the only way. They're like, well, if you like, there's no positive way you could do it. for women that are toxic like this.
No, there's no sitting down and talking to them. It's not.
Like, look, I need you to start doing this and this. Well, I'm gonna do it. They pretty much want you to say, okay, you know what? Kick rocks.
Get out of
So
here.
then they know, okay, he's actually worth more than me because he's willing to leave me. And she thinks he's corny because he's just like, yo, do you? Like, if you want to go out with your girlfriends, go out with your girlfriends. She will literally destroy herself just to prove that he has no guidance or no. And it's like, yo, but you can't see that you're doing. I don't know. It's weird. Like,
oh man, it's just people like that. I would steer clear from that woman.
I mean, but put your foot down. Like, every time I want to go out, I can go out. Anytime I want to, I can, whatever, do it.
Did you marry him and he was corny?
I did, because I had a son and
so she had a son with this guy, I'm assuming.
No, it wasn't his.
She said that?
Yeah.
I wanted him to have a family, and I don't have a family. It's just been my mama, my brother, my.
Okay, so now it's making sense. The reason she don't respect him was because, one, she already had a kid with another guy who didn't want to be the father or have a relationship with him. Most women who are toxic like this, if she's already got a baby father, for you to take on this kid and her undisciplined, unguided self, she can't respect you. She's like, why would you ever take something on like that? Like, you know what I'm saying? She wouldn't take it on, so she doesn't respect what you're doing. As much as she tries to portray like she respects it, most women don't respect when a guy deals with her, because she's like, I'm damaged goods and you're still rocking with me. You look like a clown. That's just how I see it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's definitely a red flag.
And yeah, if you got to put hands on somebody to get your point across, you need to leave. That's not what you need in your life, fellas. Don't ever think you got to put hands on a woman. Just go.
But one thing I realized too, dating a woman from New York,
they ask for it.
that is the norm to them.
What?
Like the aggressive, like cuss you out. Like they're not used to the polite man. And mind you, I got this advice from a barber. Okay. And he was 100% correct.
But this is my thing though. Okay. You said they only listen to a guy who's aggressive and cuss him out or whatever, right?
Yeah, they won't.
I don't believe that. I'm gonna tell you right now, because let me tell you why. You could talk to a girl, she come off disrespectful. You said, why are you being disrespectful? This is who I am. Okay, you got to go. You just end it right there. See, the fact that you have to get out of character or be that way to appeal to her way of communication, that further to me makes that man look weak, because it's like, why are you catering to her and dealing how she wants to be dealt with? You know, guess what? Either you follow what I'm saying or get the fuck out.
Kick rock. I get that, but I'm telling you 100%. Like, and you're right, 100%. Any woman I've come across when I was there, in a certain area, I'm gonna say it like that. Not all of them,
because they're all because that area they might be toxic.
Yeah.
So, but why deal with a woman like that?
Yeah, that's what I said. I was like, well, what?
But that's because guys who deal with women like that are probably toxic themselves.
Well, he was telling me, it was like, look, that's all just bravado. They're not gonna do the crazy things they say they're gonna do.
What kind of crazy things are they saying?
Like, you know, I don't know. Like they'll just talk reckless to you.
Well, okay, give me an example.
They be like, you ain't no real nigga. F you, get the F out of here. But if you walk away, they won't take you serious.
So okay, I'm gonna tell you what I've always done when a woman is talking out the side of her neck.
Mm-hmm.
I say, what's a real nigga? All you gotta do is flip it back onto them, because most of the time when women are shit talking, they don't make no sense. They don't know what the hell they talking about.
I know.
So I just say, what's a real nigga to you?
I know. Trust me.
What a real man look like to you?
Trust me. I know.
All they're gonna say is, not you. Well, okay. Well, tell me what a real man look like then, because you ain't gonna. Because I'm trying to understand this, And then once you make them look like what they are right there is a confused little girl, they be like, damn, I sound stupid. I'll be like, well, good luck with that. And I walk away.
But that is, my point is that is like the mentality of a lot of people in that area, a lot of women in that area.
I just look at them. Me personally, I don't even deal with girls like that. But if I was to, I would just look at them. It's like, who made you mad?
If you nice, they take it as weakness. It's just they're really like brainwashed. It's a really brainwashed.
I get that part in the sense that they live in a tough they live in a tough neighborhood.
Yeah.
So they're looking at it as to survive in that neighborhood, you have to be a tough person.
Yeah.
So for them, they don't want a soft guy because they like, well, if you soft, you ain't gonna be able to make it here.
Yeah.
But the reality is, just because I'm polite, don't make me soft.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I got manners, don't make me soft. I ain't got no bitch written on me. So for you to talk to me that way, I'm gonna look at you like,
yeah,
you're funny.
Another thing is, I realized too, a lot of people put on that tough mask because in our line of work, you know, it has taught me to look you dead in the eye, and I do that when I'm in the street. But I noticed when I looked a lot of black men in the eye, they would look the other way, like they be like, oh.
Well, yeah, because I think we all know when you look at somebody in the eye, in certain cultures, it can come off disrespectful.
Yeah.
It can come off like you're aggressive.
Yeah. And my thing is, I was like, look, I remind you, I'm just like, well, it's just habit. I wasn't
because you know darn well if I do this to you.
Yeah, I'm like,
I look you up and down.
Yeah.
You're like,
yeah, what's
I
that?
got something on me, or you like he want to do something to me.
Yeah, and I noticed that, and I was only doing it out of habit. It wasn't like
I always look at people in the eye.
Yeah, it wasn't like I was trying to start to stop.
And when a woman look in my eyes, I never look away.
Oh, me neither.
Till they look
just straight up.
And I make it more uncomfortable. I go closer to them.
Yep.
You gonna look away.
Yep.
Well, I think we've done enough damage today.
Yeah.
My girl here, she brought her lovely dog with her.
Abu Dhabi. Is he Arabian dog?
His name is Dhabi.
Abu
Dhabi. I like that name though. That's kind of cool. Yeah, today's Monday, man. Go ahead and get that grind in. Don't sit there and worry about anything else but putting in that work. Don't get distracted. Don't get sabotaged by somebody else. Just figure out what your why is. Figure out what your purpose is and go full throttle with it. That's all I got to say.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else you want to say?
Clean out your car.
Updates will be coming. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I'm your boy Canteen. This is my man Beans.
Y'all have a good week.
Hey, it's Social Norm.
That's got to be racist.
Daddy.